Hey fellow backyard boyers, Nick here. Now I've been throwing these for a little bit now, and today I'm thinking about trying something a little bit different. I've never done this before. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to see if I can make a saw blade tomahawk or axe similar to this, except with a spike on the back. So here's how the two axes fit onto the one saw blade I cut them out of. Now on top of those two pieces, I was also left with some scraps. So what I'm thinking about doing today is cutting this blade up the exact same way I cut this other one. Except instead of just tossing this on the side, I'm going to put this on the back as a spike. So you can see I've gone ahead and just marked out my lines. Now this saw blade has the center already gone. The other one still had the smaller diameter hole here. So that's what I based that one off of. This one I'm doing it a little bit differently. I'm going from this point up to the top, this point down to the bottom, and then split this area in half. So that way I have my main axe head and then the spike pieces. Now I'm going to take my angle grinder and I'm going to separate these into two pieces and then cut my spike piece off. Here we go. So here are my two pieces. I'm going to go ahead and hit them on the wire wheel just to clean them up. And then we'll start working on hafting it to a handle. Okay, so now I'm going to be working on what will become the eye of the axe. Now for this tomahawk, or small axe, whatever you want to call it, I used a strap used for electrical conduit. And this was a 3/4 inch strap that I folded around onto itself to hold the axe in place. Now since we're going to be putting two sides together, a front and a back, I've gone with a smaller size. This is the 1/2 inch electrical conduit strap. And the idea here, what I'm hoping to happen, is I'm going to form this to the handle here, and this handle is started off as a 60-inch broom handle. It's 1 1/4 inch in diameter, and I ended up getting 3 handles out of it. So what I'm going to do is take my mallet and just form this to half of the handle. Now I'm just going to bend these ends up so that they'll sit flat. Alright, so there's one. And because this is so much thinner than the 3/4 inch one that I used for the other axe, I'm going to be doubling it up and using 2 for each connection. Alright, so this is how I want everything to fit together. But one of the problems with these is that while the other holes fit perfectly and they were nice and in line with each other, these holes were punched pretty randomly and they don't line up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these together and drill a 1/4 inch hole all the way through so that everything lines up. Then I can fit the pieces, drill my holes in these pieces, and hopefully it'll all go together. I've gone ahead and drilled all the holes. So now I'm going to see if I can put everything together. I'm going to work on one side at a time. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Let's get that centered where I want it. Right about there. I'll put the top pieces on. Okay, now I'll put on my locking washers. And the nuts. Alright, before I really tighten everything down, I'm going to put on the spike. So here it is all tightened up. After I had already tightened it once, I realized I didn't really like the look of all the bolts coming through the same side. So I have these coming this way and these coming this way. And I think it looks good. I think it balances it out a little bit. Anyway, here it is. Let's go see if it'll throw.